and welcome back for another tutorial. Today's video is going to be for this turtleneck hoodie. This is beginner friendly and works up pretty quick. So without further ado, let's get into the video. For this project, I'll be using Bernat Premium in gray, and this is a 4-ply medium yarn. It is 360 yards and the pattern calls for 600 yards, so I know I'll need a second ball of this. You can use any 4-ply medium yarn of your choice. It doesn't matter. I only chose this one because it is really soft. I will also be using both my 5mm and my 6mm crochet hook. I'll be starting with my 5 and then switching to my 6. Okay, so let's begin. Alright, to begin, I'm going to start by chaining 70 stitches. Alright, so I have 70 chain stitches. I'm just going to flatten my thread so it's not twisted and join in that beginning stitch to form a circle, because we will be working in a round, just like so. Now chain 2, and I'm going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around, for a total of 70 stitches. And that is not counting the chain 2 that I started with. Alright, so go ahead and complete round 1, which is 1 double crochet in every stitch all the way around back to the starting point, and then I'll meet you at that point. Coming up to the end of this first row, I'm just going to slip stitch between that chain 2 and that first double crochet to end this round. Now for round 2, chain 2, and for this pattern it's going to be 1 front post double crochet, 1 back post double crochet, and that will be the repeat for this round. So front post double crochet, you enter the stitch from the front like so, hook the yarn, pull through and pull up, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops. Then 1 back post double crochet, you're entering the stitch from the back, hook the yarn, pull through and pull up, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops. And again, a front post double crochet, then a back post double crochet. 1 front post double crochet, 1 back post double crochet, and you will repeat that 1 front post double crochet, 1 back post double crochet all the way around until you get back to the starting point, where you will slip stitch between the chain 2 and that first double crochet to end the round, and then you will repeat front post double crochet, back post double crochet, front post double crochet, back post double crochet all the way around. You will do that for a total of 20 rows, or for a height of about 8 inches, and that will complete the neck portion of your hoodie. Okay, so go ahead and do that. This is my second row, so altogether I will have 20 rows, or 8 inches, whichever comes first. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and I will meet you at that point, and we will move on from there. I have finished the neck section of my hoodie, and I have so far 20 rows, and this is measuring, I think, 8 inches. Yes, this measures 8 inches, or approximately 8 inches. So moving forward, I am going to switch to my 6mm crochet hook, and for the next round I'm going to be increasing. So we had 70 stitches to start, so there's 70 stitches around, and I need to increase by 10. So I'm just going to chain 1, and then do a half double crochet in each space all the way around, but for every 7th stitch I will put 2 half double crochets in one stitch. So what I mean is, so I'll count 1, 2, and these are half double crochets, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in the 7th I'll put 1 and another, and then I'll count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and in that same space I'll put another stitch, and then I'll continue for 7 more stitches. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and in the 7th I'll put a second stitch, and that will take my stitch count up from 70 stitches to 80. So go ahead and complete this round, putting 2 half double crochet in each 7th stitch. Alright, so go ahead and do that, and I will meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so at the end of this first round, I'm just going to chain 1 and turn. So we're not joining. We're going to be working back and forth and not in a circle. Okay, so just chain 1 and turn. For this round, we will be increasing. Well, for this round and for the next 16 rounds, we will be increasing in the first stitch and the very last stitch. So we are still working half double crochets for the remainder of the project. So we will be working in the back loops only to give us that ribbed effect. So with the stitches facing you, wrap your yarn around your hook like so, and you're going to enter the stitch in the center and only pick up the back loop and complete 1 half double crochet. And for that first stitch, we're putting 2 half double crochets in that one stitch, and then you will put 1 half double crochet in each back loop all the way across to the very last stitch. And that is pretty much it for the next 16 rounds. Okay, so again, just we will be increasing in our beginning stitch and our last stitch. So 2 half double crochets in the very first stitch, then 1 in each back loop all the way around. When you get back to this point, the very last stitch, you put 2 half double crochets in that stitch, chain 1, turn, and work going the opposite direction, and repeat that for a total of 16 rounds. So we are not closing when we get to here. We are working back and forth for a total of 16 rows. So go ahead and complete your 16 rows. 1 half double crochet in the back loop for each row, increasing in the very first stitch and the very last stitch with 2 half double crochets. Okay, so go ahead and do that for a total of 16 rows. This is row 1. So 15 more rows after this one, and then I will meet you at the end of row 16 and we will move on. Okay, so I have completed all 16 rows. I can't fit it all into this frame, but you get the idea. Easiest way to check your rows is to count the ridges. Each ridge is 2 rows. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay, and I did, at the beginning of row 16 is where I started my second ball of yarn. So one ball gave me almost 16, almost this much. I only added the second ball right here at the beginning of row 16. Okay, so moving forward, we are going to continue the pattern as before. The only difference is, okay, so we will chain 1, turn, and instead of putting 2 half double crochets in the first and last stitches, we will only be putting 1. So 1 half double crochet in each back loop all the way around, no increases. And we are going to do that for a total of 14 more rows. Okay, so that's the only thing that has changed at this point. The pattern is still the same. 1 half double crochet in each back loop all the way around for a total of 14 rows. No increase in the beginning and no increase in the end moving forward. So at this point, you might want to put a stitch marker. I don't have mine with me. You might want to put a stitch marker here so you know where you started with your normal rounds. That part is optional. You don't have to, because at the end you can always count 16 and then 14 to make sure you have the correct number of rows. But again, I'm going to leave you here and I'm going to go ahead and complete my 14 rows of half double crochet back loop only, and then I will come back and show you how to move on from there. So keep going. Okay guys, so I have completed my additional 14 rows, and that's from where my stitch marker is right there all the way up to the end, and this is what my project looks like at this point. Alright, so I will set my camera back on my tripod and we will move on from here. So moving on, this is where we are at. So I ended right here, and looking at your work from this view, so this is where we've moved up row by row from the next section. We are going to be working to close this part, so the very top part, not the opening over here, but the top. We're gonna work along this side to close it. So we're gonna start with a chain 1, and then we're gonna pick up a loop on the other side and slip stitch. So back loop of this side, front loop of this side, and slip stitch. So back loop on this side, front loop on this side, hook the yarn, pull through all the loops. And we're going to do that all the way down across the top of our hood to close it. So just like that. So keep going, working all the way along here to close up this top part of our hoodie. So go ahead and finish that, and then we'll move on from that point. Okay, so now that both sides are joined together, at this point I'm just going to chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut off my tail. And that I will weave in later. Okay, so this is what I have right now. And I will turn this inside out, so this part that I just joined together will now become my wrong side. Just gonna flip it inside out. I guess now I can remove my stitch marker. I no longer need that. But this will be my finished hoodie. Okay, and in the frame. Let me see if I can pull out a bit. Okay, so that's the finished hood. Okay, and now to put it on, you will turn the neck section inside, like so. And let me just grab my mannequin head. It would go over your head like this. With the opening towards the front. And then this part goes down. I don't even know if I'm in the frame anymore, but hopefully you get an idea of what I'm trying to do here. So this part goes over the neck like so, and then this part would go over the head like a hood. And you can fold it back like so. Could even pull it up to cover the nose. But that is basically it. If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye!